On today's podcast, I have Keenan on. He's talking about his experiences as a 6-week long vegan, and then going back to being a meat eater and just about his thoughts on his experience. And then we talk about some of the recent developments in terms of the coronavirus and some of the implications of what this means for us as humans and sort of how we function in a society. So hope you enjoy our show. Thank you for listening.
Yeah,
Keenan, how's it going, my brother?
it's going good, my man. It's going good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good, man. Yeah. Real long time no chat, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were just trying to figure this thing out here, and it turns out it sounds a lot better if I just talk to you like a normal phone versus like a speakerphone.
Or versus like if you're reporting from like tour Afghanistan.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. We're trying to make it sound as good a quality as possible.
Yeah, man.
In these trying times in our world.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
It's working now, man. We good. Now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're ready to go. For those of you who don't know, Keenan is Captain Zimbabwe's son.
That's right. That was
who we had on the show earlier, and one of our first shows, he was sharing about his stories in his life. And Keenan, he's here to share us some stories today in regards to some recent changes he's made in his life and in his diet.
That's right, man. That's right.
So Keenan, you've always been someone who is a bit of an extremist.
Oh yeah, you know me, man. Like,
yeah, moderation has never really been in your vocabulary. If you're doing something, you're doing it like 120%.
Exactly. Like,
right?
I went like a whole year. I went like all of 2017, not one drink, not one.
Yeah.
And
why did you do that? Why, like, did you have a problem with alcohol?
Just wanted to make a change. People said I couldn't do it, so I said, okay, well, I'm going to. And then I just threw in $100 bet. You do it, and we'll give you $100. Okay, well,
365 days. You're not even getting $1 a day for the bet.
Yeah, I know, but it's still worth it. Just say I did it. That's what it is for me. You went a whole year without drinking? Yeah, I did. Good enough reason for me, man. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing about the diet thing that you brought that up was that all started with one of my buddies who I played football with, and he was just going on about this film that he watched, and he's just convinced me, hey, Keenan, man, you got to become vegan. And I was like, oh, and I was asking him, oh, yeah? He's trying to tell me why. And I was like, well, can you give me a good reason? He's, oh, yeah, it's just, it's better for you and this and that and all this stuff. And then he's like, but you know what? Just try it. Just try it. Like even one day a week. I'm like, how the fuck do you be vegan one day a week? And then he tells me, watch this.
It's not really vegan. Yeah.
You gotta watch this film, man. It's on Netflix.
Right.
I fucking watched the film.
This is the Game Changers documentary.
That's right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And I realized he is quoting something out of that movie. Oh, yeah. Like I think it was Arnold that said the line, oh, people are gonna tell you, why are you gonna try to convince me to stop eating meat? Hey, who the F are you, man? But you know what? You just tell them one day a week. And I'm like, oh my God, he's in the movie.
Was verbatim. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what, Stefan? Here's the thing, man. You can't be vegan one day a week. You want to know what it's like? And I said, I'll do it. And I told him I would do it. And I did it for 6 full weeks. Just like that. After eating beef every single day, pretty much. Because that's all I would eat usually is just like meat sauce, pasta, and eggs, all that for breakfast and like all that kind of stuff. Man, I was eating the animal something every day, pretty much. Man, I was eating animal protein pretty much every single day. So I tried this vegan diet, and I did it for 6 weeks. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know if you want to call it better for you, but if you want to lose weight, I'll tell you right now, that vegan diet, I sure did lose a lot of weight, man. I'll tell you right now.
Right.
Yeah.
How much weight did you lose?
Well, I was about 227. And when I went and weighed myself 6 weeks later,
Right.
I was down to 197.
Okay, say that again. You were at the start of the
Like
6 weeks, the first week.
The first week, yeah, at least 220 for sure, plus.
Okay.
But then definitely I weighed myself after the 6 weeks, and I was the lowest I've ever weighed in about 10 years. Because when I reached the age of about between 18 and 19,
yeah,
I was 200 pounds.
Your peak.
So I was under 200 when I went and weighed myself. I was shocked. I didn't.
So how much did you weigh?
197.
Holy shit!
Weighed myself after those 6 weeks.
So yeah,
I have it on a piece of paper too.
23 pounds. You lost 23 pounds in 6 weeks.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, minimum 23 pounds. It could have been more, but for sure, at least 23 pounds.
Okay, so now this is your body, but not necessarily your physiological body or your your mental, emotional body. So were there any effects?
Oh, yeah, man. It was draining. Honestly, man, it was tough because I kept telling myself like I didn't think I could do it because the first day when I did this vegan diet, I started it on a Monday, right? And that day I went to work and I got out of my boss's truck because I was carpooling with him at the time because it's a bit of a drive, So I had my breakfast and we get there and it's all.
What was your breakfast? Do you remember your first vegan breakfast?
Yeah, it was something along the lines with like this chickpeas and quinoa and fucking shredded lettuce and just nasty shit.
Garbage.
It's just something you just don't. It's not appealing to eat. And I can tell you right now, my body felt the same way because as soon as I got out of his truck, I walked up to the trailer and I just threw up on the side of it.
You threw up.
I threw up.
Your body was probably in shock. It was like,
oh yeah, where the fuck is the egg? Where's the meat? Like, what is this shit? So I'm like, oh man, this is day one. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And I kept doing it though. But the thing is, I started to realize as the weeks went by, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm coming up with more and more ideas of things to eat. That's starting to make it a bit better, like
vegan things that you could eat.
Yeah, vegan things. And I also, a part of this vegan diet too, I went up above and beyond, and I also cut out grain, right? Because I was eating a lot of pasta, so I was eating a lot of stuff like that.
So no meat, no pasta.
I wasn't eating pasta, but I was eating like edamame pasta or like
pasta,
or black bean pasta,
right? Which is fine once in a while, but oh man,
I was eating that almost every day, and my stomach wasn't really liking it.
Yeah,
but when I was in the gym, I noticed that when I was doing my cardio, my warm-ups, I was able to just go, and I was like, oh shit! Usually I do 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and 1 week I was like, okay. I kept going. I was doing 20, and then by the last week, I was like, holy shit, okay, so let's go. I don't know, why don't I just do 40 minutes, Like shit, okay. And then I was like, man, I can keep going. I did first time I think almost ever, I did an hour straight on the stair climber.
Yeah. Now for those of you who don't know you, you're 220. How would you describe yourself as an athlete? Would you say you're a power athlete, or would you say you're like a, endurance athlete?
I don't know. I'd more say like endurance athlete, I guess.
Because you play football.
Yeah, I play football. So I don't really do a lot of long distance running, but playing football, it's just a lot of quick bursts, right?
Yeah. So that's power.
Yeah. But when I was 19 and I was playing rugby, I would go for runs from Granville Island to Science World with my dog, right there and back. So I hadn't really done ever any long distance running or cardio like that in a long time, but
Right.
I noticed that, like, man, I was getting so much energy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Like my endurance and my stamina just went way up.
Right.
But the thing is, I went to the weights and I was weak as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could barely bench press, and even my buddy spotted me. He's like, "Yo, man," he's like, after like 5 weeks or something, and
Right.
especially new, he's like, "What's going on with you, man? Like, usually you're easily doing 10 reps of this, and I was barely even pushing like 4 or 5. It was
Okay. Yeah. So
so
significant.
yeah. So he's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're getting weaker." And it wasn't, and I started getting scared too, because at the end of the 6 weeks, I did start eating meat again, and I didn't really notice my strength coming back.
Right. So
And
you thought it was permanently affected.
I was worried. I didn't know how long it would take to come back, but I was worried there. But then after a couple weeks, it did start coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So it did a little bit. I noticed I was able to start lifting more and more as the weeks were going by. So
Mm-hmm.
that was good. But then I wasn't able to lift as much heavy weights then, because then the gym started shutting down. So
Oh, right, because of
which
this
is pretty
the coronavirus thing.
that infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. So like that whole vegan thing, that whole 6 weeks, it just showed me, like, yeah, doing that. Just my buddy telling me, like, "Oh, it's healthy for you. Like, do it.
Right.
It's better." And
Yeah.
he couldn't even say he was vegan, because there's no such thing as a once a week or twice a week vegan. That doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
to me. So I'm like, Stefan, how can you tell me to do something and be vegan when you're not even being vegan yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I am vegan. I'm just a vegan, like, twice a week or
Part-time
something.
vegan.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck
So you're an omnivore.
like, yeah, what does that mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, bro. So I said, I'll do it then. And I told him, and I told him what happened. And I said, hey, man, honestly, yeah, I did lose weight, but I don't think it's better for you. I'm not going to say it might not be better for some people.
Yeah.
Because depending on what kind of state you're in or what goals you want, yeah, maybe it's, the right way to eat for you. But for me, it definitely wasn't. But I did get something good out of it. But the thing is,
And what was the good thing that you got out of it?
the good thing that I got out of it was I started to lose fat. I got stamina, and I was getting lean,
Yeah.
And that's even as much as working out all year round the way I was eating before, I didn't see the results like that of getting lean the way I was working out and eating before I started that diet.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't feel like people need to start looking at it as diets. They just got to start looking at it as what works for them,
Yeah. Yeah,
So
of course.
I started eating meat again. But the thing is, when I did that, I was still on that same, like, aspect of being on that vegan diet, but then just adding meat. Because when I was doing that, I never had the grain or the dairy or any of that stuff. So I still haven't added that back in since.
So you have no milk.
I've had no milk or grain since.
Yeah.
There may have been 1 or 2 days here in between, or whatever. You're out drinking or something, and someone's got, pizza or whatever.
Let's get a donair. Yeah.
Yeah, there may have been one of those nights or something,
Yeah.
Or a Super Bowl or something along those lines, But like the most part, yeah, like ever since I've started this and I've been able to eat meat again, but still I've noticed that, like, the becoming lean from that vegan diet has still not worn off, even though it's been over a month of me eating meat again.
So your body has been there's been a permanent kind of affect from this diet.
Yeah, that's what I feel like, and that's what I'm starting to see.
And your endurance, your
It's still pretty
cardiovascular.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Why
I
why
did,
why do you think that is? Why do you think?
honestly, I feel like I lost I lost some fat or something like that, and
Hmm.
that that could have been like from like a part of being on that vegan diet is a low fat diet, you know.
Yeah.
So just
Well,
being
it's
able to
high
do it.
protein. It's high protein, probably very high fiber, right? Because
Oh yeah,
beans, holy shit.
especially all the beans,
Yeah.
pasta, like quinoa, you know.
Yeah.
hmm So yeah, that's it right there, right? So I feel like not being weighed down from all that pasta and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Because it sits in your gut. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
and I was eating that a lot, man. I was going to
Yeah. Because you're
man,
just
I was
getting
going to the
mass.
grocery store getting
Yeah.
bags and bags of boxes of pasta. And I was cooking that stuff like every few days, man, and eating that a big tub of it. Cook a big pot, and that's pretty much all. That's what I was eating, you know.
Yeah. So now your diet, you're kind of explaining that. What does that look like now?
But the thing is, am I still on a diet? Because what diet am I on? I don't even
Well,
consider it a diet
everything that
anymore.
we eat is a diet, right?
That's
That's
true.
that's the problem with fad diets, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
there's like with the Atkins diet, with the vegan diet, with the high fats diet, any kind of diet is it's not taking into consideration that everybody's body functions differently. Nobody ever talks about that, like how we burn calories and things like that. We all process food differently. Why do
That's a
some
good
people
point.
have allergies, right?
Yep.
That tells you that our body processes things differently. So the fact that we can all be subscribed this one meta diet because Oprah says it's a good idea is actually really unhealthy. No, it is, man. It's
It's
really
true.
unhealthy,
I know it's true. And
right?
everybody's they're just so quick to jump on it, you know.
Yeah.
And
Just
here, like
because,
that film,
yeah,
The Game Changers, my buddy, he just jumped all over that.
yeah,
And then he was so on it that he was trying to get me on it.
yeah,
And I'm like, dude, man, like, what? Like, do you even know what this is all about? Like,
yeah, yeah.
you
Just
just,
because somebody says it's a good idea doesn't mean
you
it
watch
is a
this
good
little, and these NFL players, and it's
idea.
all flashy with Arnold in there, and these
Yeah,
college, athletes and all that. And you're like, oh, man, look at these tests. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
gorilla,
Well,
yeah. You ever see,
apparently,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
The
yeah.
ox eat meat. Oh, a
Yeah.
gorilla will fuck you up, man.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the gorilla. Our bodies, we don't have the stomach, the
Yeah.
digestive system of a gorilla. Because if we did, we would be a fucking gorilla,
But they're not gonna
right?
say that in the movie.
No, yeah,
They're
of
just gonna
course,
leave that part out. So people like my buddy will jump on that
yeah.
and try to get others too, man.
But
And
go ahead.
and that keto diet too, right?
Yeah,
There'll be something about that keto diet, and everybody will jump on that. But it's like, you need like some carbs too, though. Like,
yeah,
come on, that's energy. Like, you need that glycogen, man. So,
yeah. Well, the problem is that it's balance. Anytime you take simple nutrition, there's fat, protein, carbohydrates, right?
yeah,
There's three major things:
that's
fat,
right.
carbohydrates, protein. If you
Yeah,
take out any one of those things, you take out fat or you take out carbohydrates, or if you even take out protein, which is really a bad idea, you're going to lose weight,
yep,
right? That's why you lost weight on the Atkins diet, because you got rid of carbs and you just ate a shit ton of fat and protein. Yeah, you're going to lose weight. Right. I remember my brother was on the Atkins diet and I was like, whoa, this is great. It's so healthy. And I made like thick cut bacon and eggs, but then I had bread with it. My dad was like, what the hell are you doing? That's not an Atkins diet. You're eating white Texas toast. Oh, okay. Right. But,
yeah,
but, but the thing is that like, we don't look at it from an evolutionary perspective. Mankind's been around for 100,000 years. Let's just say,
yeah.
what the hell do you think they ate, for the majority of the time from 100,000 years ago until 10,000 years ago? What do you think their diets were like?
I'm gonna say meat was involved for sure.
100% it was.
Oh yeah.
Because they're omnivores,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well,
Fucking mastodons. You know, like the big, like mammoth. They killed mammoths, right?
Yeah.
What do indigenous people eat in in the north? They predominantly eat fat and like whales and shit
Blubber.
like that.
Yeah.
Blubber. Yeah, because they got to stay warm. Because motherfucker, if they were on a vegan diet, they would die.
Oh, they'd be frozen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's true, and that's the thing is that it works for them, right? Because that's what they need. That's what they need.
Yeah, it works for them.
It works for them, but people think that they jump on one thing.
Yeah,
but it's not. That's not the right diet for them. Then it's like, well, maybe that's not the one for you. You got to do something else, or you just got to take other things from this or add something else in, because it all depends on what you're looking for or what you're doing. Because like there's three, like you said, those three main, like fats, carbs, proteins, right? All those. Your body uses those for energies, but depending on what you're doing, it's going to use the majority of one or the other, right? Whereas
how it burns the food.
So like if you were doing like a 100-meter sprint or exerting like all of your energy, like really quick,
right,
within like a couple minutes, then there's something it's called off the top of my head, I think it's called like ATP something, phosphate or something like that, right?
ATP, well that's just your muscles need like quick sugars.
Yeah. So
because it uses that as like a quick fuel.
Yeah, so there's that, and then there's the second stage, and that's going to use a lot of
fat.
carbs. No, the third one is fats.
Because your body uses up carbs first, then fat, then protein.
But like, I mean, like the second stage is like if you
right
going from like using like 80% of your energy for up to like 10 or 15 minutes or something, right? From 2 to 10 or 15 minutes. And then after that 15 or more,
you're saying,
like if you're running like a long distance run or triathlon or something, right?
Yeah.
That's when you'll be burning, the majority of it will be burning fats, right? So that's why I'm saying it's all depending on what you're doing, right? And you can look into that, but it's for sure, it's like a proven science, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like depending on what you are doing, your body is going to use that energy differently.
Well, a great example of that is if you look at a sprinter, right? Like you look at Usain Bolt, and then you look at the guy who runs triathlons. You just look at their bodies, and you can see, how their body makes itself effective. You're not going to have some big jacked guy who's a very successful triathlete.
Yeah.
A sprinter, they have legs like a mule deer or something. Like they're just powerhouses.
Exactly. That's why they said when David Goggins came for that 100-mile race, they looked at like, who's this jack? He's gonna run. This muscle guy gonna run like 100 miles? Like,
yeah.
You kidding? But
he's
crazy.
a beast.
He was still able to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that they're not. He said that he was probably one of the only people that looked like that. And that's the exact reason you're saying, because they're the body type, is not going to be able to sustain that kind of amount of running if you look like that. If you're just this big muscle guy, you're gonna get worn out real quick. That's a lot of weight pounding on the ground after all those steps.
But Goggins, unlike there are anomalies.
Yeah,
there are people that are like, oh yeah, that's their body type, that's just what they do, but they can take what they're supposed to do, and the mind is an incredibly, adaptable. It's the most amazing muscle ever.
Oh, man, Don't even get me started on that, man,
Yeah.
because I can tell you right now, what you just said, 100% true. But I can go on forever about that, because something, even in my mind, in during all this time when I was going from vegan back to eating meat again and all this, there was something in my head that just clicked. And actually, talking about David Goggins too, he brought up something like that in one of his books that he talked about, and being on the Joe Rogan thing, and he talked about the mind, and how something during his 100-mile run, something just clicked.
Mm.
And I almost felt like something like that happened to me too, man. Like during that first 6 weeks, and then eating meat again until now.
At what point did it click? And by click, are you saying that, everything just kind of made sense?
I'm just saying that everything started to become easier, because I felt like when I went through that 6 weeks of being vegan, that was probably one of the fucking hardest. Like,
Yeah.
Eating that way was it was one of the hardest 6 weeks like of my life.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fucking tough that, like, when I started eating meat again, I started eating the same fucking thing. I'm not even kidding. Same thing. 4 weeks, every single day, every single meal, like 28 days in a row.
Well, what was this?
This was when I started eating meat again after the vegan diet. So for breakfast, I'm still having the same breakfast too. It's just egg whites, like with one egg and spinach, with the orange. I have 2 oranges with that, and then I was having oatmeal. On my first break.
Yeah.
So I'd have oatmeal and quickly eat that. Or sorry, no, that was my second break. My first break, I'd have that plant pasta, but this time I'd add chicken in it
In the morning.
because I started. Yeah, because no, like when I was at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd eat. This was my second meal.
Yeah.
Right, but the thing is, like, I was off this vegan diet, but I was still eating these like plant-based food,
Right.
right. But I was adding meat with it now. In the morning, I was having eggs.
Yeah.
Right. So I did that. Then I have the pasta with chicken.
And this was that like black pasta kind of stuff.
Yeah, black bean pasta or the lentil penne or something like that, right? And I'd have that with chicken, right?
Yeah.
And then my third meal would be the oatmeal. Right. The one I believe you tried that one.
Yeah. Was
it? You're like, how are you fucking eating this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I put a scoop of protein in that too.
Yeah.
And I mixed it all in with pine nuts, all this shit, man. And I was making that like every day.
Right.
But that was only my third meal. And I get home, because after the gym, I go to the gym straight from work, and on my way home from the gym, I'd have my bananas in the car and mixed nuts, and I'd eat that. My quick 10-minute drive on my way home, I'd be eating that. And then I'd get home, I'd have a fucking steak every single day with potatoes. I'm not even kidding, bro. A steak, grass-fed beef, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm done with the processed stuff. Like that's out now.
What do you mean by the processed stuff?
Man, it's all garbage, man. We don't want to eat. We don't want to eat food like it. And like, if you're gonna eat a cow or something, or the beef, sorry, you don't want to be eating beef that when this cow was alive, it was getting pumped with shit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So you mean processed in terms of like it's not an organic, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
It's been farm factoried so that we can make better use of it, get a bigger, better cow, fatten it up, because it's more enjoyable for us. That's not what cows are supposed to eat.
Yeah.
They should be eating grass, man. And if that's what they should be eating, And that's the kind of beef I want to eat, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat
Well, that's why
nasty chemical shit,
why I
like some
hunt.
sick cows, keeping them alive,
Yeah.
so that they can make the most out of them. You know,
Yeah.
keep producing, and it's like that's not what I want to eat.
Yeah. Well, okay. You need to get your hunter's license because that's the best meat that you can get in the world.
Oh
Think
yeah,
about it. They're a free animal.
true,
They live out in the wild. They have a good life up until, it's
yeah,
right.
that's right. But
And,
you know what? It ain't going to waste though, man.
well, none of it goes to waste.
It won't go to waste. It won't be in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You can teach me all about that because that's something that's all new to me.
Yeah. Well, and you have such a new level of appreciation. Like when you cook that meat, you're like, dude, like I knew this animal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you were there.
It's not like a faceless creature. It's not like something that you take for granted. Because, there's many years I've gone hunting and I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I can see that.
I mean, so anybody who's like, yeah, hunters, they're heartless people, like that's bullshit. Animal conservation started with hunters in North America. They were the because they went hunting and they were like, hey man, this is messed up. We were just here last year and there's no more deer here. So we're over hunting. So we need to introduce tags and then use that money to put it back into forestation and ensuring that these lands are protected. Are there lots of redneck hunters? You goddamn right there is. Right? There are, man. There's a lot of stupid people and there's a lot of stupid vegans in the world. Right? But there's also a lot of very compassionate people who are vegans as well.
Yeah.
One field of thought doesn't, don't let one rotten apple spoil the tree, so to speak.
Yeah, it's more of a belief thing. I almost feel like, man, it's not even a health thing. It's more of it's like a belief thing when it comes to that part about the animals thing. About that, it's like it's more about what someone believes in. Like that, it's right to one person and it ain't to another.
Yeah. So what are your beliefs?
Well, I like I said, I had a steak every day. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like I believe they're here for a reason. Like we're not just gonna go and kill all of them now, right?
Yeah.
Like let them die. What are we gonna do, right? So, we need to eat.
Yeah, but
what else is a cow? What else is a cow gonna do?
Yeah.
What, you just gonna give us milk? Well, vegans you don't drink milk anyway, so it's like, what are you gonna do with these cows?
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into that, man.
But you know what's crazy is there's 8 billion people on the planet. Let's just say there's 8 billion people. One human being doesn't equal one chicken, doesn't equal one cow. One human being could equal 100 chickens, 20 cows. How many?
But you're not talking about how much time are you talking over?
I'm just saying in terms of the mass number of domesticated animals on the planet. The number is crazy.
Oh, you're saying that? Oh, so there's a lot more chicken and cows than people.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
So just think about how we're not vegetarians. I don't know. The number's crazy.
That's a lot of cows.
Well, think about it. You eat steak every day, right? You are not the only human being on the planet that eats steak every day. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Right? So think look at the number. Google the total number of chickens.
Like on the earth.
Yeah. I'll try to do it right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to hear this because that's a lot, and I never thought about it like that. But me eating a steak every day.
There are 23, according to Google, there's 23 billion chickens on the planet.
23 billion?
Yeah, billion.
Okay, and what about cows?
I'm going to tell you right now. It says, oh, shoot. The net less than I thought is 996 million.
996.
According to Google.
See, because like I was about to say though, is that if I did have steak every day for a month, like just me doing that, like that wouldn't even be that'd just be a portion.
No, that's not one whole cow.
Yeah. So it just So there's a lot of chickens out there. There's a lot more chickens out here. I couldn't eat a chicken every day. So like that's a lot.
And then you got to think about places like China, which we have this whole coronavirus thing, right? But the population there's I think there's almost there's 1.6 billion. I'm not sure, but you have a lot of mouths to feed. Not all those motherfuckers are vegetarian, I'll tell you that. Right? And they got to feed these people. So how do they feed them? They have these these markets, these mass markets, wet markets they're called, and there's animals stacked on top of animals, right? It's it's a biological disaster waiting to happen, which it happened. But here we are saying, oh, that's so terrible how that could happen. Yeah, but that's very rich coming from us. But if you look at how we treat animals and cows and pigs, we're not so, you know what I mean? We're not so great. Actually, how we treat pigs is, I mean, I love bacon, but pigs are like dogs. Like they have the same kind of, like they're incredibly empathetic.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So it's like, like I refuse to eat, pig, right? For the most part, I mean, it's giving up bacon, man. That's I'm a hypocrite.
No,
I can't. It's crack. Yeah. But it's just that's why I like hunting, because I know that animal had a good life, or it lived most of its life in fear anyway. So what's the difference, right?
Yeah, if you say so, man. I've never been hunting, man, but I'd like to see for myself one day.
Yeah,
but
it's a bad time, especially let's put it this way: in today's day and age, it's a damn good skill to have.
Oh yeah, especially if it come down to like some apocalyptic shit, right? Like people are making it seem like right now.
Which what, like that's just the thing. Is I know we're kind of jumping around here, but this isn't the end of the world. The fact that there's a war to get toilet paper shows you just how weak of a species we are. If there's really a problem, you can't wipe your ass with toilet paper, you go have a goddamn shower. Right? Don't give me that bullshit. Oh, the world's falling apart. I can't get toilet paper. We'll find a solution. How did we get here? Right? We've invented iPhones. We've been able to communicate with people to places in the world we've never been to, you and me, in a nanosecond. Right? We could talk to them on our phones, but we freak out when we can't wipe our ass. We got to figure that out, man. We're weak. Right?
Yeah, it's crazy, and there's no reason for it too.
Well, it's just it's mass hysteria is what it is, and it's addicting.
What's that? Buying toilet paper?
No, but you're freaking yourself out.
I wasn't freaked out, man, about it. I seen all these people buying it. It's like there's a factory in
I know. Yeah, well
like what the fuck?
Well, we were talking about that in our last one, but even though say we're not freaking out so much, it still has consumed our lives. I can't go to the gym, right? And I'm definitely.
Oh, you mean the whole thing, not just.
I mean everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We can't go to the gym
But
anymore. Yeah,
I also respect the rules in the sense that I don't want to be the person who, because I didn't stay in my house, which I'm in my house right now, I'm, I only leave to go for walks and to get, essential stuff. But I don't want to be the
yeah,
person that, because I didn't take this seriously, I went and infected a whole bunch of people.
exactly. Yeah,
I don't want to be that guy. I definitely respect the rules, but if we respect the rules and we just do what they tell us to do, this thing it will figure itself
it'll be
out.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure. I'm with you on that, man. Yeah, like I've had like a couple of buddies trying to tell me like, hey, come on over, man. Poker night or something, like come for drinks, whatever. So nah, man, like no, not right now. Let's wait till this is
Yeah.
over. What? I don't got it. No, I don't know. Maybe you don't. I don't know. You don't got it. I don't know either.
Yeah.
But let's not take a chance, man. What if we get it from somewhere else
Yeah.
too? Like, who knows, man? Like, I know it's not airborne, but you never know when you can pick it
Yeah.
up, right? It can be on a surface for like up to 3 days or something, depending on if it's like wet or not, or dry or something like that. But it's just why take the
Yeah.
chance. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't be that, like you said, don't want to be that one
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, nobody wants to be that one guy, man.
Because they can figure that out. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Boy, it's funny because I mean, just the other day I heard that in Kamloops there's this massive house party going on and like 5 people were stabbed. Meanwhile,
Recently?
man, look it up. There's a
What?
coronavirus thing going around that's very serious, and meanwhile these assholes are going around stabbing each other at a house party.
Yeah, that's
But that's the thing, man. Some people will never get it, and that's why these things exist,
that's
right?
true.
That's why they spread to how they get, is because people don't, they don't respect Mother Nature,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, that's just, man, like, come on, man. Why even there in the first place? Who is throwing a house party during this time?
Well,
Like, come on.
yeah. I mean, obviously not people, they really need to party.
I don't know. I hope the parents weren't home, man. They just sit there and let that happen too.
Yeah.
Oh, people gonna get stabbed in my house. Yeah, well, I'm sitting right here. Oh man.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of messed up people in the world. I mean, something like this, unfortunately, it does bring out the worst in some people. Like the hoarding, like people trying to resell Lysol wipes
and
masks, or like somebody who has the coronavirus and is going around to different public.
Oh, spread it. Yeah, I've seen that too. That is sick, man. That's what's wrong with.
Why do you think people are like that? Some people.
Honestly, man, I have no idea. Maybe they're just, I don't know. I had thought that maybe they're just outraged, like with how it even got to that point in the first place. Because, like you were saying something about that talking about that wet market, right? And how that's like what sometimes they eat those animals because like that's all they had.
That's their only choice,
right? Maybe they're like, yeah. So it's like, this is what I got from that. Now you can get it too, kind of thing, kind of that mentality. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of get what I'm saying? Like maybe they feel like they're angry that like you see like this is like they want us to deal with like the pain that they had to have. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't know if that really makes sense, but that's
well. I mean, I
have no idea. Like I can't get into their head, but that's just my thought about it.
Well, what's interesting is that China, ideologically, geographically, in every way, shape, and form, is very different from here. But guess what? That virus doesn't give a shit. It doesn't care
Yeah.
how we do things
Where it
or
goes.
how this person does things.
Yeah.
It knows no
Yeah.
borders. It doesn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to spread, right? And meanwhile, we're here and
Yeah.
we have all the choices in the world. In fact, I think that's kind of a problem in our society, is that we just have too many choices that we can't make good.
Yeah.
Like, and
So you think that they should just take control, make the choice for us, and shut everything
well, I
down?
mean, I don't know, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
We are so attached to our ability to make choices in regards to our freedom. Like, we don't know how free we are. We have no
Yeah.
idea. We have no idea. And we're so, we always want more freedom. We want more money. We want more this. We want more that. Bullshit, right? We're never satisfied.
Yeah.
And when we find out that we can't get any more toilet paper anymore, fucking hysteria, right? Because we no longer have the ability to make that choice. That freaks us
Yeah.
out. Because I can no longer choose to go out and get toilet paper. That kind of freaks me out. I mean, the tagline of my show is I'm probably wrong about everything, but right. But I just think that, we've come so far that it's like, where's the finish line here? I'm not talking about us getting wiped off the face of the earth. I'm just saying, maybe we do need something that wakes us up and we realize, damn, we got it pretty good. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. No, I agree. But like, I don't know, this whole that whole, like you're saying though, that whole toilet paper thing about not being able
Yeah.
to go out and get it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning, like I was kind of like, I was kind of freaked out too. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? But now I just see it. I realize like how crazy it all just seems,
Yeah.
and it's like, why is everybody freaking out about it? It's like there's nothing left. Like, people are hoarding the stuff, and now stores are putting limits on how much stuff you can buy now. So it's like, everybody we just need to chill, just need to step back and just look at what's going on, get through this together, like, and and then everything will just go back. When you start panicking, you start to fight each other, especially over toilet paper, because I've seen videos of people literally fighting. It's like, that isn't
like,
that
imagine if that was you fighting somebody and you had to look at that video 5 years from today. No, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'd be ashamed.
I'd be so embarrassed, man. Yeah, fuck, man. Like, that's what I mean, though. Like, why are we fighting over
You
toilet
know what
paper?
else?
Like, we can make more. Like, we apparently, I think I heard this on the news. It's like Canada is one of the number one, like, resource chains, like, in the world or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, manufacturing or whatever. Like, we shouldn't be worried about having to hoard groceries and toilet paper and all this shit, because like, we have enough. We can get more.
Well, you know what really, like, my grandmother, she was born in 1932. So she remembers growing up, during World War II. So if she were alive today, I can't imagine how disgusted she would be with all of this.
Yeah.
Disgusted.
Because during that time, like, bombs.
Well, yeah. I mean, she lived here in Canada, but still there was rationing, of course, right? Got it. People didn't have to be told you need to ration. People are like, hey, we got to help out here. Well, there's people fighting overseas. Let's not steal all the fucking canned meat, pardon my language, right? Meanwhile, that's going on here, man. You don't get it.
I know.
It's like we've lost our purpose or something. Some of us.
We just need to get back on track, man. That's all I can hope and pray for right now, man. Like, that's all I'm hoping for, is just we get back on track, and I just really hope it's sooner rather
Yeah.
than later. Because
Well, how
just,
like what's your message to help us get back on track? Because we've spoken a lot about things, and you have a lot of insight. And you said that there was a point when things
man,
just clicked. So what's your message? What's your insight?
oh, when things just clicked, man, that just was the whole. That was a whole mentality thing about putting
Mm,
stress on my mind and then doing the same thing again, and it just being that much
right.
easier. But with this thing that, like, I can get into
Okay.
that next time. But with this thing going on right now, like, I just feel like, honestly, the best thing to do is just listen to the advice that they're
There you
telling you to
go.
just stay home, man. That's honestly, like, how are you going to beat this thing? This virus, if we don't listen, that we're going to let the virus win, and it'll just
Mm,
never end. How are you going to stop it from spreading? Well, it's simple. Don't give it to
mm,
somebody else. How are you going to do that? Well, pretty hard to do that
yeah.
if you're at home. You know what I mean?
If you're
Like,
not
it's,
having knife parties at
yeah,
in Kamloops.
exactly. Like, it's like, yeah, it's a pretty, like, it's a pretty
Yeah.
no-brainer. Like, you stay home, can't give it to nobody, can't
Mm,
get it from anybody. So that's it. Then the time passes, it's over. We're out, we're at parties, we're doing this, playing, out in the fields, whatever you
Are we
do,
running in fields together, Keenan?
whatever.
Are we going to be
What's
running in the
that?
fields together there, Keenan?
Running in the fields, playing whatever it is you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
in the parks. Because I heard someone, they got ticketed because there was 3 of them or 4 of them, and they got a ticket
You got
in
a
the
ticket.
field. They got a ticket. I swear, that was neighbors across the street. They were in the field and they got a
What did they get
ticket.
a ticket for?
He's like, "Hey, this, yeah, sorry, you're in more than a group of 3 all together here. Yeah, here you go, buddy. There's your
Are
ticket."
you
And he said,
for
"These
sure
are
they're
my
doing
kids."
this already?
I, I This is what I heard, man. There's some neighbors across the
Yeah, but
street, man. This
that
that
to
could have
me
been
is
hearing
bullshit
bullshit,
because
but
that's people trying to freak other people out.
that's what I mean, right? But here's another thing about, you want to talk about freaking people out. This is true, and this is a good source,
Okay.
but this is true, and I'll just sum it up real quick because he in his work he uses, like, it was basically something that you would use in a mechanical room, right?
Mm,
Building
mm,
and whatever. And also his neighbor got a call too, and this was from the city of New West, and there was a Queens Park.
mm.
Okay, and I don't mean to scare people, but this is what he told me, and he literally said, "Keenan, why
Okay.
would I make this shit up?" But they called him, and he said, "Well, can I ask what you need to use this for?" And they're like, "Well, we need to turn this building,
Oh,
um, and
for
make it cold
bodies.
enough, exactly, to become like a morgue." And he was like, "Holy shit!" So you want to talk about scaring people? Like, that scared the shit out of me when I
Where
heard
and what
that
was this
news.
building?
You know, it was some building by Queens Park in New West.
Jesus.
I can I can
Yeah.
find out after and
Well,
let you know.
one interesting thing
Listen,
about this is guess what's gone up like skyrocketed in terms of people buying it these last 2 weeks. No liquor.
what, real estate?
Everyone's like, it's the
Oh,
end of the
liquor.
world. Let's get hammered. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I heard real estate too has gone up like
that's
crazy
nuts.
too.
Well,
I don't know
maybe
why,
because
but
the lending.
yeah, there's more.
Yeah,
The rates are
and they're
down
going to probably
so
go
much.
further down.
But
Well,
yeah,
last question for you, Keenan, because you've been so gracious with your time.
yeah.
Thank you. But how are you staying positive
No
in
worries.
spite of all things and all struggles? How do you stay positive?
Man, how do I stay positive? You just got to look at it as like, we're gonna get through it, and like it'll all be over
Yeah.
soon.
But life in general, how do you stay positive?
But
Not just coronavirus, but life in general. How do you stay positive?
man, I don't know. I just keep doing what I love to do, man. Just
Go.
keep staying healthy, man. Just live a healthy lifestyle and just keep doing it. Cause yeah, man, like honestly, there's no reason not to do it, right? It just increases, your time onto your life, adding more years onto your life, man. When you try to act and stay healthy, that's it for me. Like I try to keep getting my mom onto that, so like it's just a good way to be.
There you go. Body, mind, spirit.
Man.
Well, hey, Keenan, thank you very much for your time and your insights into everything from the vegan diet to the toilet paper craze. So, yeah, we'll have to talk next time about the mindset, the Goggin mindset that you're talking about.
Oh yeah, man. I'd love to get into that, man, because it was a real eye opener for me.
I'll be sure to give you an hour that time then too. Yeah, man.
Shit, it's been an hour. Ooh,
yeah,
it has been an hour.
I know, man. Time flies. All right, buddy.
That's good.
Okay, stay safe.
Man. Okay, man. You take care, bro.